Hi Gemini, this is Esoteric Tales and Tarot, and this is your August 2023 tarot reading. And I'm going to use the following decks: the Affirmators Tarot, the Akashic Tarot, the Universal Rider-Waite Tarot decks, and I'm also going to complement that with a message from the Animal Dreaming Oracle cards, Forest Fae messages, and an Angel Wishes message. The details of these decks can be found in the description box below. Gemini, in meditation, I had several visions. I also was very attracted to this peacock crystal stone, so I've been holding on to that while I've been meditating. I got some strange things. So I first of all was seeing some smoke kind of in waves, and then I realized that it was a person that I was being drawn to with curly hair, which is quite funny. I have curly hair myself. And it felt like you were at a party or an event or a celebration, or that it was symbolic that there was some sort of special occasion, birthday, anniversary, perhaps baby born, where you were going to have to send a card or attend a celebration, and you're not feeling too comfortable about something to do with it. And the other thing that was showing up at my crystal ball at this time was the sort of idea of there being sparkly, like fairy lights, or something that would make you, or maybe it's lights that are playful lights that are turned on at this venue or house to do with this person, people, places, or event. Fairy lights, perhaps disco ball, something like that we have to attend. And this curly haired person is a sign. When you see them, that's the sign for you to sort of relax or feel as though everything will be all right because you're making it through that energy. It was quite a strange one. It just felt like there was a little bit of anxiety or anticipation around something that was upcoming in the August, September time frame, that you were thinking, oh, I don't know what to write in this card, or I don't know how I feel about this, or it's something to do with perhaps a parent or a relative where you've had a tricky relationship. So that was coming up. The other things that had appeared was camping. Something I was seeing a camping scene to do with, I saw it as sort of like a tent or an opportunity to go outdoors for travel. I think this would be a good time for you to take on a journey that's out in nature, because I was seeing this tents and very green grass and a really nice experience. So perhaps you're going to be asked to go camping, or you've thought of going camping, or you've thought of taking a hike and maybe staying overnight if you're not into camping. That type of thing is encouraged, because I was seeing people who were laughing and smiling and thinking, oh, I'm so pleased that I've made this decision. So we'll see what comes up in your reading in the cards. Okay, Gemini, you have a real mix of cards here. In the Affirmators Tarot, you have the Hierophant card. In the Akashic Tarot, you have the King of Roses. And you have Fairy Penguin Willpower out of the Animal Oracle cards. You have Fringe Dweller, See with Eyes and Heart Wide Open. For the Fairy Fae, you have What You Think is What You Create for your angel wishes messages. And out of the Rider-Waite deck that I'm reading from, you have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. The Ten of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So it's a month that I'm feeling as though you're just going to need to take a breath and know that you're going to make it through to the end. You're on a bit of a path, and some things you're going to want to feel as though you want to leave them behind. You're getting this feeling at the moment of feeling like you are left out in the cold. As soon as I saw this card here of the Five of Pentacles, I was reminded of the vision that I'd had in meditation regarding that event or something that was on that you were feeling a bit uncomfortable at. This is a church here in the background. These people here feel as though they're sort of homeless and out in the snow and the cold, but really the warmth is within, behind them. All they would need to do is go inside and they'd be welcomed in with open arms. But I'm picking up for you that was what I was feeling, that there's something coming up that you're just not feeling so comfortable attending. Perhaps it's a person that you're not really comfortable facing. The other thing I was feeling was a father energy, which was coming through here with the Hierophant and the King of Roses. There's also underneath the Five of Pentacles is the Four of Pentacles. So it's interesting that you've got the Four followed by the Five, and you have an Ace of Pentacles underneath. So it's very money-driven energy. And the Four of Pentacles is known as the Miser card, and feeling as though you're trying to hold tight onto money. So this could be actually a financial matter that you've had differences of opinion on in the past, and why you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable or left out in the cold at this time, and while you're feeling like you might want to avoid having to go to this event. Perhaps it's something like an acknowledgement, say something like Father's Day that's coming up, and there might have been some sort of angry words at some stage. I'm just using that as an example. The Hierophant card here also has, in this particular deck, has that kind of energy, as though a person in charge kind of telling you a little bit to sort of suck it up, get things done, move towards those that energy of getting things, positions of power, and it has this sort of energy of strong will, and also someone sort of not messing around. So this could be this energy that I'm feeling, and you also feel as though you have to raise the bar, and maybe you're just feeling too sort of tired and forlorn, too worn out to have the kind of energy that you feel as though you're going to need to get through this period of August and September. The King of Roses also stands out for this reason here too, because this is this sort of fatherly energy. Also it's a nice male energy, but it's also about balance. So perhaps think about where you can find balance in the energy coming up. If this is a person that this is around, it means that there is a way of resolving this. If there's conflict or tricky energy, about finding. The yellow flowers here are representing sort of balance and harmony. He has red and white roses also in his hand. So as well, I was thinking about those, perhaps that gift of where you have to go. It's quite interesting too, because I kept feeling as though the other message with the camping or getting out in nature, that was the feeling that I was getting from several of these cards. So it's interesting how perhaps a little getaway or a trip to reflect might be really, really helpful at this time. Back to the Hierophant card here, I like to read out the little message that goes along with it from this Affirmators deck. And the affirmator that is going to be with you this month is, I aspire to be the best I can be right now. That means order over chaos, wisdom over brain garbage, and working over shirking. So I guess that's something that you can think about this month as well, that perhaps you just have to sort of buckle down and get the work done. The good news is you have the fairy penguin to help you through this with the willpower. And fairy penguin can get through anything, because if there is any strange energy that might be surrounding you this month, fairy penguin reminds us that, you know, it's a flightless bird. So if it were to be jealous of its relatives, of its cousins that are all flying, it's found a way of having the perfect alternative, which is to master the oceans and the sea, and be able to thrive and survive, even though it's a land dweller, you know, as in it has its home on land. So you can have the best of both worlds, just to remind you that you do have the skills, tenacity, and you will be able to dig deep and have the willpower to get through any kind of trickiness that's coming up this month. So yes, the other cards that were coming up that were making me think about the energy of getting out in nature and camping came with these two as well, the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So in these I could see this as sort of somebody feels as though they're heading off into the distance, but I was also just marveling at this kind of shapes here and thinking, gosh, that reminds me of tents, and the same in the background here, these feelings of tents. So I keep thinking that getting out, finding a way of going out into nature, spending as much time away from it all to kind of clear your mind, perhaps come up with a plan of how you're going to tackle any tricky situations, would be of benefit. The Ten of Cups is such a lovely energy to have here for the month. So this is the happy family life, happy home, happy relationships card. So this energy is here, meaning that it's actually playing a big role in this month. So I think if you can find your way through this conflict that you have surrounding you, through this tricky energy, you are going to have an absolutely beautiful month, because everything in this card is, you know, the rainbows here. So you've got the 10 cups, they're full, and I believe that this is a feeling that's sort of in your mind like an illusion, you know, that you're out in the cold, and it's making you want to feel as though this tricky moon here, and we know we've got a month of two the super moons and 2 moons in 1 month, and this energy, sometimes when I'm seeing this, I can feel as though there sort of might be some sort of deception that's making you feel as though this scenario is not achievable, or as though people really don't want you around, and like you're in this kind of feeling. But really, I believe that this is created by you wanting to walk away and not face what you need to face to make yourself happy, and to actually come up with this happy home, happy life feelings. Now there's a Page of Wands here, so a message could be coming in, a nice energy here, some new ideas here with the new growth. It's quite a nice sort of feeling, a nice energy, although perhaps slow in coming, but perhaps keep your eyes out for something with the Page of Wands. Perhaps it's a fire sign bringing you some information that could be helpful in this situation. That could be coming in a couple of weeks' time if I'm looking at where it's all landing. And if you can master your energy and get in the right kind of frame of mind, and, you know, spend some more time bringing in positivity, you'll find that you're going to have this glorious Ace of Cups feeling, an abundance of beautiful heavenly energy that's going to be just overflowing and coming through. So once you get past this trickiness, this feeling, you'll see that you have used your words correctly, or purchased just the right gift, or managed to show up when you didn't want to, and you will reap the rewards, because the cup here is overflowing. We have the peace dove here dropping a beautiful beautiful part into the cup here, so that you can feel as though you have peace around you. So this is here, peace lilies underneath. You've got everything that you need to have. You've got these water lilies that are making me think peaceful water, emotional energy, and it's going to almost come from the heavens, but it's because of your willpower and your words, using your emotions wisely, not getting in the heat of the moment and saying anything sort of tricky. And it will be the feeling as though you've mastered the rocky water, and you're still feeling a little bit battle weary, but you're sailing away from this rocky, wavy energy, and you're going into clear, smooth waters. So even though you've still got a few of these up in your head, Six of Swords concerns, and you are heading away out of this energy, and you're going to these calmer waters. And that will be nice, because that will take you into the future and into the next few months that are coming up to the end of the year. It made me think about Father's Day quite a lot, so that could be significant when I was doing this reading as well. So just watch that energy around that time with fatherly figures. That could be significant. The angel wishes message was, what you think is what you create. So this is very, very important, because be careful what you are manifesting. If you're thinking negatively, you're drawing this energy in. So be reminded that you have this 10 of Cups energy here to draw on. So have a good look at this card. Remember what you can bring in. This energy is here. It's available to you. You're able to achieve this. You're able to draw it in. It's in the strong position here right at the beginning of the month here, and can carry you all the way through. It's a 10. It's a very significant and lucky card and number. So I think that is where you need to focus, so that you don't have this type of feeling, because this is just, it's an illusion. There's also this lovely card here from the Forest Fae that is the Fringe Dweller. See with eyes and heart wide open. And again, I think it's quite fitting that this one has come up, because it feels as though you are the fringe dweller here. It feels as though you're a bit of the one who's left out a little bit of this energy, feeling as though I'm left out in the cold a little bit. But really, perhaps all you are is just speaking your truth. And there's nothing wrong with being the one that's a little bit different out of the group. And everybody loves that person. So don't be afraid to just speak your truth. Do it with kindness. You're entitled to have different opinions. You're allowed to be different from family members and friends. So embrace the fringe dweller. See with eyes and heart wide open. So keep your heart wide open. Remember that everybody loves you who's around you. You're a wonderful person. You bring in beautiful energy, and you can hold on to that for the month. It's all there for the taking. You've got a beautiful August and going into September month ahead of you. So enjoy it, live it up. If you're going to that party or that event, put your dancing shoes on and keep a smile on your face and have a lovely time, because I think it's going to be really enjoyable. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful August.